universities and businesses join the dots, support the tech sector development in Cornwall. Really, I'm going to give you a real kind of whistle-stop tour of a few things universities currently have. What do you need as businesses, organisations, and then kind of how can we help, and what does this look like? About 10 minutes from me, and then the rest of it is forming into little groups, some dev huddles maybe, and just having a little go through some of the opportunities, the challenges that you're facing, and also an opportunity for us to highlight this new funding opportunity to you as well.
I am Joanne Evans, and I'm a business consultant with Creative England, and I'm working on the EPIC programme. The EPIC programme is, as it says up there, the e-health, productivity and innovation in Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly project, and it's delivered by the University of Plymouth and Creative England, and funded by, guess who, the European Union. So that'll tell you straight away, time is running out on it, which also means that the money is running out, but we still have money to give away. Because that is a lightning talk, I thought, well, I'll probably just speak twice as fast. But I also thought that I better give you the good news right at the start, in case I go on too long and I miss out that bit by accident.
So, first decision, where we're going to locate ourselves. We made the decision to locate ourselves in Goonhilly. So the question you've got to ask yourself is why? So as it says here, the visibility is great. On the Lizard, which I'm sure we've all been to, it's 360 degrees of sky for our antennas. Good view. The geographical location, we're putting our gateways here and at Land's End. Surprisingly enough, I didn't realise this until the moon. There's basically, if it's raining in Land's End, there's a 95% chance it's not raining in the Lizard. And if it's raining in the Lizard, there's a 95% chance it's not raining in Land's End. And that's how, because of the frequencies we work at, the KA, KU band frequencies we work at, they are very susceptible to rain fade. So it automatically switches between the gateways based on that.
So as an organisation, Software Cornwall are always looking for ways that we can increase value for both our members and the tech community. So, that person that you locked eyes with just now, in a moment I'm going to ask you to stand up and head over to them, and I want you to tell them the first thing that you think about when I say to you, value from a membership organisation. Okay? So from whatever viewpoint you have, how can Software Cornwall, a member organisation, increase its value to you, our members and community?
So, what were the original plans for making tax digital? So, HMRC set out this really ambitious plans, most digitally advanced tax administration in the world. So, big ambitions there. So, no more paper tax returns. The idea that everyone had a digital tax account, and this was going to be quarterly reporting on your income. And so, effectively, you could log in online and know what your liabilities were in real time. Downside to that is you could almost see eventually that they would start wanting you to pay it on maybe on a quarterly basis. They said they weren't going to do that originally, but you could see it happening, and then you would have a final year update. But weirdly, they were going to focus on small businesses first and do it from the ground up, and that was starting from April 2018. So obviously that's been and gone, and they scrapped that.
What I'm going to look at really is just what's changed in the law around apprenticeships. Basically, the government sort of recognised that they were putting employers off, and one of those was the old-fashioned law on apprenticeships. Apprenticeships were first kind of developed in the Middle Ages when you had that kind of classic arrangement when you'd have someone young who'd get paid very little, sometimes nothing at all. They'd just have kind of food and lodging, and they would be looked after in that way for, say, 4 or 5 years to learn a trade. And the law built up around that. And it meant that it was quite protectionist towards the apprentice. And it was actually quite hard to get rid of an apprentice once you'd got them started. Because the law said, actually, you know, you promised this young, vulnerable person 5 years of training. And if you get rid of them 2.5 years in, they haven't really got much to show for it. And what that meant was they had extra protections, it was quite hard to dismiss them without paying off the rest of their contract, which actually put off a lot of employers. The good news is that doesn't have to apply to most people now, as long as you get your paperwork sorted out, which I can help you with, Cornwall College can help you with, any of the funding people can help you with.
So Heartlands is a customer insights company. We provide insights to our customers about their customers. We use artificial intelligence and machine learning so people know what their customers think about their product. We use a number of techniques. Logistic regression, which is a technique which allows us to look at previous data points and extrapolate future insights. Unsupervised learning, which allows us to look at unstructured data and extract insights. And supervised learning, which allows us to structure data and then train models based on that. I'm the CIO of Heartlands, as I said earlier. My day-to-day job involves a number of things that you can see up there. And basically, my job is just to make sure that everything in the company from a data and tech point of view runs smoothly.
So the kind of top one there, the make people awesome. So originally it's customer collaboration over contract negotiation. But actually now I think Agile is about everyone. It's not just about our customers, but it's about our suppliers. It's about our staff. It's about the people that we work with and ensuring that we put them in a position where they can be awesome. So whether that's awesome at working for us or whether that's us delivering an awesome product that makes their life better. So it adds gains to their world or it relieves pains that they might be having.
First things first, I need to give you a bit of an introduction. You may or not recognise my beautiful, handsome face. I haven't been down in this part of the land for as long as the rest of you. But my name is Gary. I run a digital design agency based in Plymouth, pause for a boo, across the other side of the bridge. Please don't hold that against me. But through my kind of working with Tony and things, people like that on Kerno Dat and other stuff like that, I've managed to come along and kind of get myself into the software Cornwall community, and I'm loving it because I get to come down here, I get to see lots of new people, and I'm actually getting the chance to talk to you all for the first time, instead of just kind of running around like a crazy person at the side.
So we started off, thanks to the Hall for Cornwall's Development Fund, with some R&D working, how could we use these for our theatre lighting, basically. We then used AppleScript and QLab software to control the lights and to make them almost exactly like a set of standard theatre gels would be. The washes that you can use, exactly the same effects, exactly the same kind of queuing software. So if you're a standard theatre technician and you came in and we'd already built it for you, there would be no difference. The only difference is that we use quite a bit of code in getting to that point.
We want to create strong connections throughout the Southwest, and currently we don't have a system that does this. So why would you want to volunteer your precious time mentoring? In order to further explore this, me and my colleague Louis did some mentoring for Software Cornwall during their Mission to Mars, their 2-day event. We felt we gained a lot of valuable experience from this, such as meeting lots of engaging new people, such as yourselves, increasing our soft skills, and testing our knowledge. We think you could also benefit from the experience too in similar ways.
So the original kind of CI challenge is that you want to get an environment like your dev environment running somewhere in the cloud that can build stuff and then push it out to a web server, something along those lines. I've worked with Azure DevOps, which was VSTS. I did a lot of stuff with Bitrise when I was doing apps. Buddy Build's quite a common one as well. Now bought by Apple, so it's getting quite iOS-y. The problem that's kind of come for me is that what you often get is a CI environment that's just not like your local machine anymore. You've got PowerShell scripts that run gulp or bar or do some other task. You've got other steps that change Android manifest files to change your application name or push out different splash screens or stuff. So you get that kind of situation where it works on my machine, it's not working on CI.
We were tasked with doing a chatbot workshop with this lovely group. Our task, with Tony acting as our product owner, was to create a chatbot that would represent Software Cornwall and in the future possibly be put into their Mars rovers. Now, the main stipulation for this chatbot was that it had to have the personality of Ada Lovelace, the first ever computer program. So our first step in
we researched Ada to find out her personality and characteristics so we could make an accurate representation of what a conversation with her would have been like. We found out that although she was intelligent, she was a bit rude.
In order to put Ada's personality to the test, we role-played her between the groups, taking it in turn to act as the user and as Ada. Whilst doing this, we wrote our conversations down on post-it notes, and when I say post-it notes, I mean a lot of post-it notes, as in a whole table full.
I thought we'll end it like that one.
Okay, bots and NLP, everyone knows it as Alexa, Google Home, Google Assistant, Siri, Now, any human interaction with technology. We came from a side project I did. I had a sleepy little tech company specialising in travel. I got obsessed about how technology could help the least well off in our society. 3 years later, an enormous amount of money and a huge amount of failures. Finally, we've got a huge amount of successes. But it was worth it. We did workshops in sheltered accommodation, the poorest and the most vulnerable. But we learned something. We learned that if you create technology for everyone, you create technology for anyone.
So we build generally business critical cloud applications and mobile applications with an API that's sat in the cloud as well. They generally have reasonably complex requirements, or they're integrated with the business's wider systems. So there's some complexity there. Now the key thing is that we tend to take projects right from the early stage, so from marketing manager having an idea about a system they might want to build, help them consult through the architecture that they might require, and then take it on to the delivery, but also support them long term. It's a system we built for Sky. They thought it would only have a 3-month lifespan. It's just starting its 4th year now. We're probably going to be rebuild it because there's way too much data now. And there's quite a lot of repeat business across multiple projects with those clients. We don't tend to kind of just do a single project.
So essentially, a bit of context. This is a one-man show. We're using Hue light bulbs up here. That's what gives us our whole engine setup. And I'm also queuing the whole show myself. That's part of what we wanted to explore. We've got a small budget, so part of that was toying around to little visuals, little venues like that, with just sort of whatever we can sort of carry. And I just want to be able to rock up with a suitcase full of stuff and just queue the show. We've been using, well, we just witnessed the San Martino happening over here, electromagnets. We've got television like this as well, and we're also using touch-sensitive materials to queue the show as well. Disclaimer, I wasn't using touch-sensitive stuff just now. I was actually using this not-so-subtly remote that's in my glove, which you might not see, because we couldn't quite get the touch-sensitive stuff to work. So we've invited you all here to pick your brains, essentially. Yeah, that being said, please fire away. We've got about 15 minutes or so. So if you have questions for the live or just like us to talk some more, please fire away.
So my name is Tony Edwards. I work in education outreach for Software Cornwall, and I am also the resident creator of awesomeness for FutureSync events, which includes this meetup, Canada. Some people have told me that the statement creator of awesomeness includes an element of the Dunning-Kruger effect, but obviously I know nothing about that. I found the level of the room, counted out AG laughs, psychology jokes, not so much. And there are a couple of things I need to go through. So, photography. We are filming in 360 and streaming in 360 as well. It's all about the streaming. This one is public, but most of your faces aren't actually going to be in it. We tested it out, and most of you are pixelated, apart from Ben and Jordan now. The one at the front is just for my personal use, just for me to give some feedback. There is a photo opportunity included in this talk. That will come quite fast at the end, but just pay attention, follow my lead, and everything will be all right. Okay?